Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose, but you can call me Juice, and I hope y'all are having a great motherfucking planty day. So today we are just going to be repotting some of my plants. I thought this would be a good time to do so since it is the start of summer. I feel like all of our plants are just going to grow like crazy. But anyways, if that sounds interesting, please make sure to stick around. And if you didn't know, I be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Friday. So if you be looking for that, I got you. And you should definitely check out my other videos. And if you already have, I definitely suggest clicking that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment. It really helps my channel out and I'd also really appreciate it. Plus, I also really like talking to you guys. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the plants. So the first plant we're going to be repotting today is my philodendron hederaceum. This is just, the regular green heartleaf philodendron. An old classic, old reliable, so pretty, and also a super easy care. I actually had this plant since I've started collecting plants. So she's getting close to being like 2 years old. And she is really long, y'all. Like, if I hold her up to my shoulder, she goes down below my knee. She's literally like 3-4 feet long. She going crazy. But she's been living in the same pot ever since I got her. And I actually got her at Lowe's. So I just think she could really use a repot. Plus, she's been having this problem lately where on her lower vines, she'll like put out new leaves, but they won't fully unfurl. She'll kind of like kill them off and they'll just dry up and wither away. And I think that might be because she's root bound. So I'm kind of excited to see what her roots are looking like. And I'm also excited to get her in some new soil mix because she is in, whatever soil mix Lowe's be having, and I don't know if that's the best. We're also going to be taking some cuttings off the end where there's like a lot of bare stem. All right, so let's take some cuttings off of her. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and disinfect my little clippers real quick just to be safe. Look at this. She crazy. I'm just trying to cut from the vines that just have like a ton of stem on them because I want her to be nice and full. She has a little bit of bare stem, so I'm gonna cut her right here. And now we got this to propagate. What else we got? This is actually the first time I've ever cut from her, as I'm sure you could probably tell. We got some bare stem, so I'm gonna cut right here. All right, I'm gonna, propagate these off camera. And now let's get into the repot. So this is the pot I'm going to be resizing her into, and as you can see, it is a pretty good upgrade. Here's a little preview. Yeah, I think she's gonna look really freaking cute. So let's go ahead and take her out of the pot she is already in. Hello, and welcome to my floor. If you've seen other repotting videos of mine, y'all already know the drill. I've got my little repotting mat, and let's get into it. This terracotta pot right here is actually just a cover pot. So I'm gonna try and take her out of that real quick. Honestly, the roots are not as crazy as I thought they were going to be. Let's go ahead and take her out of the actual soil now. So I'm kind of hoping she is just like super rooted together so that she kind of comes out in one piece. Here's some root action for you guys. Honestly, not as crazy as I was expecting, but she's definitely well rooted up in here. All right, so got her pot. And as usual, I already got my soil all pre-mixed and ready to go. So let's get started. So honestly, since this pot is big enough, I'm gonna just pour some in real quick to give us a little base at the bottom. Anyways, this should be pretty easy since she is all in one piece. I just gotta, pick her up and move her over. All right, let me get her all nice and situated. But anyways, let's go ahead and fill her up with some soil. Alright guys, I think I got her pretty much all set up and ready to go. This is what she's looking like. I think she already looks really freaking cute and I'm just so proud of her. I feel like she's like graduating. This is just such a big upgrade for her and I'm excited to see how she's gonna do. But let's go ahead and repot the next plant. Alright, so the next plant we're going to be repotting is my goeppertia warscewiczii. But as y'all can probably tell by the leaves, me and her have definitely gone through it together. Basically, I just keep having problems where she be growing a new leaf and it be looking good, it be looking cute. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'm going to start browning. So I don't really know what's up with her. I don't know if I'm just like not keeping up with the watering and she's like super thirsty. Maybe I'm watering her too much. I don't know. Today I'm going to be repotting her into a self-watering setup, which I've done on this channel before if you haven't already seen me doing this. But basically I just have this glass mason jar with some rocks at the bottom. So the rest I'm gonna fill up with dirt, plant her up in here, and she should be ready to go. So let's get into it. So I actually repotted this not that long ago because she was just not in good soil and she barely had any roots. So I'm interested to see if the roots are doing any better. I think they are because she has put out 2 new leaves since repotting her. Let's see what's going on in here. She definitely is growing some new healthy roots, but here's our little root ball, and I'm probably just gonna reuse some of the soil because it's the same exact soil mix that I'm using right now, so I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. And now all we gotta do is put her in here. Bam. I'm literally just reusing the same exact soil that she was in. And then I'll top it off with some fresh soil. Just so, you know, we make sure we get some of that in there. Here's what she's looking like, y'all. So if you don't already know how this works, basically you water the plant just like any other plant. And you'll be able to have a little reservoir of water on the bottom with the pebbles. And the plant will be able to drink up the water at its own pace. But yeah, wish her luck, y'all. And I'm gonna be watering all the plants at the end of the video, by the way, so stay tuned for that. But that's pretty much it for this plant, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. So the next plant we're going to be repotting today are my Alocasia amazonica polys. So here's my little baby one that I have. These plants have some really beautiful leaves and they can get really big. As you can see, these are like the size of my head pretty much. But this is definitely the plant everyone tells you not to get because they say they're spider mite magnets, which they can be, but as long as you're on top of your pest preventative, you'll have no problems. Here is the big mama plant and she is doing so good and I'm so proud of her because this plant literally used to be in the one leaf club. I actually got this plant in my first video ever on this channel, so she definitely been with me for a minute. As you can see, she has 4 leaves now and she just put out this one right here. But I am going to be repotting these into the same pot so that I can have one big full plant. So this is the pot I'm going to be repotting them in. It's definitely going to be a nice size up for the both of them and they'll have plenty of space to grow. But first things first, let's go ahead and take them out of the pots they're already in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the baby since that's gonna be the easiest. And I'm excited to see what the roots are looking like. Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh yeah. Just look at that, y'all. I freaking love looking at roots. So I am just gonna place her to the side real quick and let's go ahead and get the big mama out of her pot. So this pot right here is actually just a cover pot, so I could just slide her on out. And I actually painted this pot myself. What do y'all think? I think it's cute. I'm definitely excited to see the roots on this one since this one is freaking huge. Definitely got lots of roots. She seems really happy, so I'm glad to see that. Anyways, I don't really want to mess with the roots too much because I feel like they're gonna freaking snap off. So let's go ahead and get to repotting her. So I'm gonna try and scoop up some of this old soil just to put back on the bottom of the new pot. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pour in some of the fresh soil. All right, and now let's go ahead and move her on over. And now let's go ahead and add the rest of the soil. All right, guys, she is all repotted. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to show y'all, but she's looking really cute. Let me go ahead and give y'all a view from the top. Here is what she's looking like, y'all, and I'm super excited to watch her continue to grow. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next plant. So the next and final plant we're going to be repotting is my philodendron bipennifolium. And this girly has definitely been needing a repot for a long time. So I've cut this plant back a couple of times if you couldn't already tell. And she is just now starting to put out some new growth points from the last time I cut her. And also I want to give her a moss pole because these philodendron really need something to climb to thrive because they just kind of grow crazy and their leaves just keep getting smaller and smaller. And we definitely want those nice mature leaves like this one down here at the bottom. And I also do have some cuttings that if I feel like it, I could also pot with her as well. But anyways, let's get into it. So I'm gonna be potting her into this cute little pot right here. And I actually just got this the other day at the dollar store, which was also my last video. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely make sure to watch that. But anyways, I got this pot and I think it's gonna be a nice little size up for her. And it's gonna leave a nice amount of space for a moss pole. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and get the moss pole out of the way. So if you haven't seen me make my moss poles on here before, I basically just take this plastic netting or whatever it's called. And all I do is I just put some moss in the middle. You wrap it around, zip tie it, and it makes a little pole, as y'all can probably see some of them behind me. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing super special about it, and I've done it a ton on my channel before, so I'm not really gonna do like a tutorial. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and make this real quick. Alright, now that we have our moss pole finished, we can go ahead and continue with the rest of the repotting. So let's go ahead and take this girly out of her pot. Woo! She's definitely very well rooted. I'm excited to actually like start taking care of this plant better because low-key, she's been a little neglected by me just because I haven't really done much with her since I've gotten her. I just, was kind of using her for cuttings, but I'm just gonna leave her as is and let's repot her. Now I just need to fill her up. All right, so I pretty much got her all repotted and she's already looking pretty cute. I do need to tie her up a little bit, but before I do that, I am just gonna add in some of the cuttings that I have. All right, guys, so she is all repotted. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and tie up the parts that I wanna tie up real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and test out that Velcro I got at the dollar store yesterday. This is basically just like plant tape. I found this in the craft section, by the way. But anyways, let's go ahead and tie her up. And now she is all tied to the moss pole, all nice and secure. And I'm excited to watch her grow up it. But anyways, now that we're all done repotting all of the plants I wanted to get to, let's go ahead and water them. anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to leave me a like. Also, leave me a comment letting me know if you were able to repot some of your own plants while you watch this. Even if you didn't, I hope you were able to just chill and relax doing whatever you was doing. These were definitely plants I have been looking forward to repotting, so I'm glad I was finally able to do that. But if you didn't already know, I be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Friday, so if you be looking for that, I got you. And you should definitely check out my other videos, and if you already have, why not click that subscribe button down there. I also have a plant TikTok, so if that's something you want to check out, I'll go ahead and leave the username down in the description. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye!